You ever get a call that just stops your whole world? I mean, the kind that hits you right in the chest and you just know life's about to get real weird real fast. That was me sitting in my Denver apartment 2 hours away from my quiet mountain cabin when Paul's voice cracks through my phone. John, get your ass up here now. 3 charter buses just dumped over 100 people on your property. Margaret Lopez cut your gate lock. They're throwing some kind of festival. You want to talk about feeling helpless? All my security cameras pitch black. Not a single feed. I'm just staring at my phone, wondering if this is a prank or if I'm about to lose my mind. Paul's still on the line, rattling off, kids are jumping in your pool, there's old folks grilling on your deck, food trucks on your lawn, and Margaret hung a massive banner across your cabin. You ever felt your blood pressure spike so fast your ears ring? Yeah, that happened. I jump in my truck, and that drive feels like a year. By the time I get there hiking down through the pines, what I see honestly makes me stop cold. My peaceful mountain place looks like Disneyland got dropped on it. DJ booth set up on my deck, professional catering around my pool, bouncy castle, staked right into my flower beds, families everywhere like it's a county fair, except it's my property. My name plastered across a giant banner. Thank you to property owner John Davis for hosting. I swear I almost laughed out loud at the insanity almost. But you want to know what made me really mad? Seeing the lock I'd bought for security snapped right off bolt cutters tossed aside like trash. Heavy-duty food trucks digging ruts into the grass I'd babied for years. Bouncy castle shredded my flower garden, 3 years' worth of work gone in a day. I'm looking at over 100 strangers treating my mountain retreat like a public park. Kids in my pool, parents on my patio furniture, teens blasting music, old folks firing up my grill, toddlers running through my cabin with muddy shoes. Someone even hung party lights from my trees. Vendors set up tables selling God knows what, using my patio furniture, collecting money like it's a Saturday market. You ever step into your own life and feel like you walked into someone else's dream? That was me right then, except it was a nightmare. Porta potties next to my vegetable garden, their chemical stench mixing with that good mountain air I moved here for. It wasn't just trespassing, it was like I'd woken up and someone else was running my life for profit. For just a second, I actually caught myself wondering if I was the bad guy. Maybe these folks needed a place for their kids. Maybe I was selfish. But then reality comes back full force. They broke in, they damaged my stuff, and nobody even asked. This wasn't about sharing, this was about basic respect, and mine was being trampled. And right on cue, here comes Margaret Lopez, clipboard in hand, smiling like she's hosting a charity ball. John, perfect timing. She announces, "Everyone, here's our wonderful property owner who made this all possible." You know that feeling when someone tries to include you in a crime you didn't even know about? Parents start coming up, all grateful. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful property. The kids are having the best day of the summer. I want to yell, but my jaw's just locked. They really believed I was part of this. Margaret must have told them it was all approved. She had every family thinking this was legit. Now I look like the crazy guy ruining innocent family fun over petty technicalities. I managed to get out Margaret. What the hell is this? You cut my lock. But instead of looking guilty, she doubles down. Don't worry, John. All the paperwork is filed. I handled it through proper channels. The insurance claim got approved, $25,000 for venue improvements. Excuse me, what insurance claim? Venue partnership? I didn't file anything, didn't discuss a single plan, and I sure as hell didn't sign a partnership agreement. But Margaret's waving official-looking forms, and I look down, there's my signature, except it's not. Clean professional forgery. She says, "Of course it's yours, John." We filed together, remember? Right after the big snowstorm. Now I'm questioning my own memory. Did I really sign something? But no, I'd remember that. All around us, families keep thanking me, asking when the next festival is. It's like Margaret rehearsed them for weeks. Everybody's convinced this is a legit event, that I'm the hero host. And I realize if I call the cops, I'm the bad guy. ruining summer fun for kids. If I do nothing, I'm the silent partner in a criminal enterprise. Right then, Paul Richardson's truck comes barreling up gravel, flying face red. John, thank God you're here. This has to stop. She cut your gate lock at 8 this morning. I saw her do it. And it's not the first time. Every second Saturday for 6 months, same buses, same vendors, same Margaret collecting money at the gate. I documented everything. He starts showing me photos. Snow Festival, Valentine's Day Spring Festival, Easter, Mother's Day, all on my land, all with broken locks and Margaret collecting cash. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a one-off. This was a business. 6 months, hundreds of families, tens of thousands in profit. Margaret wasn't just trespassing. She was running a commercial operation with my name, my property, my signature, and now apparently my legal liability. Paul hands me an email Margaret sent his wife, Vistacrest, Mountain Venue, Premium Summer Experience, Partner Testimonial needed. She'd been soliciting reviews, pre-selling tickets, building an entire business around my land. Margaret starts looking nervous. Her cool is cracking. That's when the sheriff rolls up. Margaret's face lights up like she's relieved. Sheriff Miller can explain the community partnership program John seems to have forgotten about. You ever see someone lie so confidently, you start to wonder if you're the crazy one. She hands the sheriff a stack of permits and contracts with my forged signature. Sheriff Miller reads them, looks at me and says, Mr. Davis, when did you sign these venue agreements? I try to explain, never signed anything, never agreed, never knew. But just then a catering manager walks over, all friendly. Same setup as usual, Mr. Davis poolside tables, beverage station by the deck. This stranger's been running events on my property for months, thinking I'm his boss. Margaret's forgeries had even fooled the vendors. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a gray-haired woman shuffling papers, looking like she's about to faint. Margaret quickly says, that's Janet Williams, our dedicated HOA secretary. But something's off. Janet looks terrified. Sheriff Miller notices and asks, Ma'am, what's in that box in your car? Margaret's face flickers. Just community programming materials, she says, but the box is labeled Vistacrest Business Records Year 1 Planning. Inside are contracts, spreadsheets, customer databases, financial records, everything. The sheriff starts reading out loud. 400 email subscribers, $47,000 in revenue, vendor payments, expansion plans for camping, wedding venues, corporate retreats. Margaret's been planning to turn my cabin into a full-on resort. She'd even filed an adverse possession claim with the county, thinking 6 months of festivals would win her ownership. Except Colorado requires 18 years, not 18 months. She built her whole criminal empire on bad Google research. Suddenly, the Janet Williams story unravels. She's not on file anywhere. Turns out she's Linda Lopez, Margaret's own daughter-in-law, recruited and blackmailed into helping. Linda's hands shake as she finally admits, it started as a one-time fundraiser. Then it became monthly. Margaret threatened my husband's business if we didn't help. All that community leadership was just a front for organized fraud and intimidation. Sheriff Miller radios for backup. Now we've got detectives, crime scene tape, the works. They find marketing, USBs, photos staged to prove community use, financial records, and bank statements showing Margaret's been hiding income from the IRS, tax evasion on top of everything else. Vendors all tricked by professional documents. Families furious as they realized their kids were used as pawns in a property theft scheme. The trial turns into a media circus, Margaret on the stand still insisting she did it for the community. The judge isn't having it. 3 years in county jail, $47,000 restitution, 5 years probation, lifetime ban from any HOA office. Her house is sold to pay victims. Her family flees the state in shame. Me, I rebuild. New security system, reinforced gate. Paul helps me every step. Good neighbors matter more than any rule book. The community overhauls the HOA, transparency, background checks, no more unchecked power, and nobody's allowed to use private land without real verified consent. Now, when I sit on my porch, mountain air in my lungs, I remember what matters: community built on truth, not theft. I carved it right into my gate. So let me ask you, if you caught someone running a business off your land, faking your signature and turning your neighbors into unwitting accomplices, would you call the cops? Confront them yourself or do something crazier? Drop your story below. Let's talk real justice, what's right, what's wrong, and what you'd do if it happened to you. And hey, if you love a good justice served story, hit that like button, subscribe for more wild true tales, and remember, document everything, trust your gut, and never let a fake community leader walk all over your rights. Stay safe out there.